Dear students, today we are going to learn a very important theorem from chapter 8, that is midpoint theorem. The statement of the theorem is the line joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and half of it. So what is given in this question? That E and F are the midpoints of side AB and AC of triangle ABC respectively. Means E is the midpoint of side AB and F is the midpoint of side AC of triangle ABC. Now what we have to prove, that EF is parallel to BC and half of BC. So for this we will have construction. Draw a line CD. We are drawing a line CD parallel to BA to meet EF at point T. So let's prove it. We will take two triangles. In triangle AEF and second triangle we will take CDF. Now in these two triangles you can see angle 1 is equal to angle 2, vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. We need three elements to prove these two triangles congruent. So second is AF is equal to CF. AF is equal to CF. Why AF is equal to CF? Because F is the midpoint of side AC. Now third element which is required, we will take angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Why angle 3 is equal to angle 4? These are alternate angles. Why these are alternate angles? As CD is parallel to BA by construction. In construction, we have made CD parallel to BA. So angle between parallel lines, alternate angles between parallel lines are always equal. So angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So by side angle congruence, two angles and one side is equal of both the triangles. So by ASA congruence criteria, triangle AEF is congruent to triangle CDF. Now if both the triangles are congruent, then their corresponding parts are also equal. So AE is equal to CD, but AE is equal to BE also, as E is the midpoint of side AB. So let this equation be equation 1 and this equation be equation 2. So from 1 and 2 we got AE is equal to BE is equal to CD. So it implies BE is equal to CD and BE is parallel to CD, also part of parallel lines. Because if CD is parallel to BA, it means CD is parallel to BE also. It's also part of parallel lines. So therefore we can say that BCDE is a parallelogram. Why it is a parallelogram? cause one pair of sides is equal and parallel. If one pair of side of quadrilateral is equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. So if BCDE is a parallelogram, then what we have to prove that EF is parallel to BC. So you can say EF is also parallel to BC, part of parallel lines. Now we need to prove that EF is half of BC. So you can say EF is half of ED. Why EF is half of ED? Because by CPCT EF is equal to FD. As EF is equal to FD by CPCT, we have made these two triangles congruent, so their corresponding parts are also equal. So EF is equal to FD. It means EF is half of ED. But ED is equal to BC, as BCDE is a parallelogram. We have proved above that BCDE is a parallelogram. So ED is equal to BC. So you can say EF is half of BC. Because ED is equal to BC, therefore you can say EF is half of BC. Therefore EF is parallel to BC and EF is half of BC. So hence proved. Dear students, today we are going to learn an important theorem, that is converse of midpoint theorem from chapter 8. Theorem 8.10, the line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisects the third side. It is given in this theorem that line L is passing through point E and parallel to BC of triangle ABC, such that E is the midpoint of side AB of triangle ABC. So this line L is passing through the midpoint, that is E, of side AB and is parallel to side BC also. So this line L is parallel to BC. So in this we have done construction. We have drawn a line CG parallel to BA, and we have to prove that F is the midpoint of side AC, or you can say AF is equal to CF. Now in proof we will write that first of all we are given that CG is parallel to BA. It implies CG is parallel to BE also. If CG is parallel to BA, then CG is parallel to BE also, part of parallel lines. Secondly, we are given that EG is parallel to BC. Means the line L which intersect at point E and G. So EG is parallel to BC. Now EG is parallel to BC and BE is parallel to CG. Therefore you can say BCGE is a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel, so BCGE is a parallelogram. Now if BCGE is a parallelogram, then you can say that BE is equal to CG. BE is equal to CG, and we are given that AE is equal to BE, because E is the midpoint of AB. So it implies if BE is equal to CG and AE is equal to BE, it implies that AE is equal to CG. Now we will take two triangles, that is triangle AFE and triangle GFC. AFE and triangle GFC. In these two triangles, angle 1 is equal to angle 2, vertically opposite angles. Similarly, CG is parallel to BA, so alternate angles are also equal. Therefore, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Alternate angles. Then we have just proved from 1 that AE is equal to CG. From 1 we have proved. So therefore, by angle side angle congruence criteria, both the triangles are congruent. Triangle AFE is congruent to triangle GFC. Now if both these triangles are congruent, then by CPCT, AF is equal to CF. AF is equal to CF. Therefore, F is the midpoint of side AC. So, hence proved.